Wave optics. What is wave optics? The branch of physics which uses the wave nature of light to explain the optical phenomena. That is what wave optics. In 11th standard, what we have studied? Reflection, refraction, and dispersion. These things we have studied already in the 11th standard. So in this year, what you are going to study? What is the content? Nature of light, light as a wave, Huygens theory, reflection of light at a plane boundary between the two media. Then you are going to learn dependence of wavelength on the refractive index of a medium. Okay, how the wavelength is dependent on the refractive index and the interference, intensity distribution. This thing you are going to learn in this chapter. So first we will see what we have here. To explain the propagation and various properties of light, following theories of light were proposed. So which theories are proposed? Corpuscular theory. This is proposed by Newton. Second is wave nature. Okay, this is Huygens theory. And third is dual nature of light. Dual nature of light we are going to learn in the next chapter. In this chapter, we are going to study the corpuscular and wave nature. What is the corpuscular theory? In 1642 to 1726, Newton proposed a light that the light is made up of particles, and these particles are called as corpuscles. According to him, they are which they are rigid, perfectly elastic, and weightless. Okay, these particles are what? A rigid, perfectly elastic, and weightless. Next point, when we get the sensation of light, we can see everything around us. That is given by the Newton. And the fourth point is different colors of light are due to the different size of the particle. Okay, this statement is given by the Newton. One more thing, fifth point, they travel in a straight line. That means light travels in a straight line in the absence of external force. You can see here the light rays and they are traveling in the straight line. These are the 5 points, 5 assumptions of the Newton theory. Here you can see in the diagram a boy is through the tube. He can see the what light of the candle. Okay, because the pipe is straight. But if the pipe is bent, then he cannot see the light. That means we can say that the light travels in a straight line. Here, Corpus theory. One more point. They undergo reflection when incident on the reflecting surface. So here in the diagram you can see this is the incident ray, this is the normal, and when the light is incident on the reflecting surface, it gets reflected. Okay. So one more point is what? They undergo reflection. They means light undergo reflection when incident on the reflecting surface. Here you can see incident ray. Okay, it is making an angle theta 1, and then when it gets reflected, and angle is theta 2 with the normal, and both the angles, the angle of incident and the angle of reflection, is equal. Here in the diagram also we can say the observer can see that the ray image of the B. Okay, but actually the light is getting reflected from the B. Okay, and it is falling on the I, but the we all feel that the light is coming from the that image. Okay, but the image we can see here is where the light gets reflected. Demerits of the Newton. Newton was unable to explain the phenomenon like interference, diffraction, and polarization, etc. And second point is what? When the particles are emitted from the source, the mass of the particle source must what? Reduce, decrease. But experimentally it is found that it doesn't happen. Mass will not reduce. Next point, speed of light in denser medium is greater in the that than rarer medium. This is given by the Newton, but it is not correct. Okay, speed of light in denser medium is greater. It is not greater. The denser medium exerts. So on what basis he said this thing? The denser medium exerts a large force on the light. You can see this is the incident ray. Okay, this is air medium. This is a denser medium, and the denser medium exerting a force, okay, on the incident ray. Okay, and the light gets accelerated. This is given by the Newton. Okay, according to Newton, and these are the attractive forces. Okay. This is the explanation given by the Newton about this third point. Which third point is what? The speed of light in denser medium is greater. Okay. Now, wave nature. So now these are the drawbacks. These were the drawbacks of the Newton's theory. And to overcome this drawback of the Newton's theory, Huygens is come up with the wave theory in the year 1968. So according to him, the light travels in the form of wave. It is not a particle. Newton said that it is a particle. Light is not in the form of particle. It is in the form of wave. What Huygens could explain? First, the law of reflection, refraction, interference, and diffraction. Second point, he could explain the formation of images by mirrors and lenses. Third, he showed if the speed of light in rare medium is greater than the speed of light in denser medium. Okay, then the light bends towards the normal. This thing, light bends only when the speed of light in air is greater. Here you can see in the diagram, the ray is incident, it falls on the normal, touches to the surface, reflecting surface, and it gets bent towards the normal. It doesn't go straight, it bends towards the normal. That means the speed of light in the rare medium is greater. Okay, and in denser medium it is less, that's why it is bent. What are the drawbacks? There are the drawbacks of Huygens theory also. What the Huygens assumed what when the light travels into the medium, that medium should be there is a hypothetical medium, and that medium is ether. But experimentally, it is found that ether medium is not present. Okay, he could not explain. Huygens could not explain the rectilinear propagation of light. Rectilinear means what? Light travels in a straight line. That he could not explain, and he could not explain the polarization of light, dual nature of light. In 20th, now what is dual nature of light? In 20th century, it was accepted that the light has a dual nature. That means both the nature it has. Like Newton said, a particle, and Huygens said it is in the form of wave. So these two, both the assumptions were accepted. It can exhibit, light can exhibit particle nature also and wave nature, but what in different situation, not in same situation. But it has got both the nature, particle as well as wave. Light as a wave. Light is in the form of electromagnetic wave. It has electric field and magnetic field both. These waves are travel in nature and consist of what? Electric and magnetic field, which are perpendicular to each other and to the direction of propagation. In the figure you can see that this is the electric field, magnetic field, and this is the direction of propagation to the right side. Above electric field and here downside magnetic field. Okay, so they all are perpendicular to each other. Okay, like if we stretch three fingers of our left hand, okay, then the middle finger will be what? The direction of propagation. Upper finger, first finger will be in the direction of electric field, and the thumb goes in the direction of magnetic field. So this is the same diagram like if you stretch the first three fingers of the left hand. Here you can see this is a electromagnetic wave where this yellow color wave you can see it is traveling, and that is the electric field. Okay, and blue color in the horizontal direction, that is magnetic field, and to the right side the wave is traveling. Okay, so vertical electric field, horizontal magnetic field, and right side the wave is traveling, that is the propagation of wave. So this is about the electromagnetic. Here also one more diagram you can see of what? Electromagnetic wave. Okay, here the direction is given in the by the black arrow. Okay, electric field is in the blue color and horizontal direction magnetic field. This is the source. This is the wavelength. Now Huygens theory. According to Huygens, sources of light, primary and secondary sources. Sources. What are the primary sources? Sources that emit the light of their own. So which are that? Due to the high temperature, sun and stars. Sun and stars, they are what? Emitting the light. They are primary sources. Man-made objects like plane, due to the effect of current passes. Okay, so when the current passes, like we have tube lights, TVs and all, etc. Then third is chemical or nuclear reactions. Firecrackers, nuclear energy, generators, these are what? Primary sources. Then secondary sources are that sources which do not produce the light of their own, but what? They depend on the other, like moon and the other planets. They receive light from the other sources. These are called as what? Secondary sources. Then we will see a ripple. What is a ripple? We know that when we throw a stone into the water, what happens? The ripples are formed. So here you can see the ripples this way. So in the ripples you will see that this is some part is upper part and then lower part. In between the two upper part there is a lower part. The upper part which is there curve, that is a crest, and the lower part is what? Trough. Here we can see about what? The wave, how the wavefront we get. See here diagram. So a stone is thrown, ripples are formed. Okay, when the ripples are formed, here we get a crest and trough. Okay, crest and trough. And what happens here? All the points are in the same phase. All the points are in the same. If we take a crest or trough, all the points are what? In the same phase. This yellow color, and they are at a equal distance from the source. Source means where we have thrown a stone. The locus of all these points oscillating the same phase is called as what? Wavefront. Wavefront is nothing but what? A locus of all the points which are, see, these are all points, yellow color. Okay, they are what? In the same phase. Okay, same phase means what? They are oscillating with the same phase. They are in the same phase is called as what? That locus of all that point is which are oscillating in the same phase are called as what? Wave front. Okay. Then next we will see here. Next we will see wave front. Again we will see the definition here. Water particles along the path of the wave move up and down perpendicular to the water surface. If you throw any paper, okay, or ball into the water, then what happens? The ball moves up and down. That means what? Why the ball moves up and down? Because the water particles are moving up and down, okay, perpendicular to the surface. The waves are traveling symmetrically in direction along the water surface. The waves are traveling what? Along the water surface. Okay, the waves which are formed on the water, they're traveling along the water surface. All the particles along the circumference of a circle, like when we throw a stone, what happens? Ripples are formed. Okay, so that means what? There is a circumference. If we take any crest or trough, so all the particles along the circumference of a circle will have the same phase. Like we have seen in the previous slide, all the yellow particles. Okay, they were what? In the same phase. And the locus of all the points. And if we joined all that points like a circumference, locus of all the points having the same phase at a given instant of time is called as a wavefront. So that points which we are joining, that will form what? Wavefront. Here in the diagram, we can see this is the source is S and the waves are traveling and they are covering a distance CT. CT is what? Velocity of light and time t. So that is a distance R. So everywhere, all the radius is of what? Distance CT. In this case, the wavefronts are circles of center S. So we have this is a wavefront which form. So what is a wavefront here? This here we have, this is a wavefront where we'll consider a source S are situated in air and the waves are traveling. In previous diagram also we have seen that waves are traveling from center towards the circumference in all direction. If the velocity c is the velocity of light and it travels in the time t, then the distance covered, that is the radius of this circle wavefront is what? Ct, with the source as a center S. Such a surface is called as what? Wave surface. This surface is called as a wave surface, which has the radius Ct. Okay, this has the radius what? C. Okay, this is the first introduction part we have seen about the what this thing. Wavefront. Okay, next in the next video we will see in detail about the wavefront and the next part.